Sixth program of FS. Write a C++ program to implement index on secondary key, the name, for a file of student objects. Implement add, search, delete using secondary index. Here, in addition to in the previous fifth program, we have seen including index for my data file. Here I am having two indexes, the primary index as well as the secondary index. And here in the secondary index, I will be using name. Okay, as my secondary key. So the syntax remains the same. In addition to that, we are having 2 to 3 functions addition, and we have one more table in addition to my primary index file. That is my secondary index file. Okay, so I'm having 3 files used here: the primary index file, secondary index file, and my data file. Okay, so here the syntax remains the same. I am having the libraries, and then I'm having the size, the same declared global RRN for RRN. Then here also I'm having fixed sized records used. So I'm using RRN, and the buffer size is 41. And I'm having the class student, USN, name, age, marks are the fields, and the methods are pack, unpack, get data, put data, insert, display, search, delete, and display USN found. So these are the same, and here display USN found is used for searching the USN if I'm giving input name. Okay, so this method is used for searching a particular USN from my secondary index file where the input is a name. Okay, then we have CMP, which is actually a string comparison method, which is used for my sorting. We're using a quick sort here. For that, a comparison method need to be used. So this is the CMP method which I'll be referring there for usage. And here then I'm having the next method is sort index file, where I need to use because I need to arrange my index file in sorted order. So this method is used for arranging or ordering my index file. So we are creating an array, then opening my index file, and then another temporary file in output mode, and this is opened in read mode. Then I'm trying to read my index file 1 to n, because it happens that my index file, when I do insertion, the records are out of order. So it is always better that if I am able to order my index file so that the searching will be done efficiently. That is why I'm trying to introduce a sorting in my index file. So I'll retrieve every values from the file into my array, and then I'm just checking whether the reading has happened into the array, whether it is fail or not. If it is fail, I'll break. If it is not fail, I'll keep incrementing the till n, means how many records are available, that much records will be loaded into my array. So n becomes the size of an array, means array contains n elements. Okay, and the size of each elements will be 40. Okay, so next the method which called as qsort. Now qsort is an inbuilt method in C++ and which is used here in our program by just making a call. We don't have a definition here, we just have a call. So we just understand qsort is by quick sort, which you have already studied in the theory, and array is the array which is given as input for sorting. So it is your array which you have loaded with your index file data, and n is the number of elements inside your array, and 40 is the size of each element inside your array, and CMP is this method which I am sending as a comparison method here. Now your comparison method returns you mainly 3 values. A negative value is if the first element is less than the second one. If it is, it returns you a positive value, it means that the first value is greater than the second value. And if it returns you a 0 value, it means that both the values are same. So this is how my qsort inbuilt algorithm helps you sort my index file. Okay, and the output will be inside your array. So now what I can see means the output after quicksort, the array will be sorted and the output will be the array itself. And now I need to put that array inside my temporary file, which I have already saved here. I'll put it inside it, and then I'll close it, and then I'll do renaming. First I'll delete the index file, old index file, because I have the ordered index file now saved inside my temp. So I'll do the renaming of it into index.txt. So this is what the sorting is done. Then the same packing method as your previous examples. Here I'm doing it. I do the delimiter addition and then I do the padding. Okay, same way. Then I go for unpack method, same as your previous. I do the unpack by using slash delimiter and then the last one with the hash delimiter because I'm going for a padding there. And then I do get data. I'll retrieve the data into my respective variables, put data for printing the respective variables data, and then I go for insert. In insert I am opening two files, that is index file and record file, using the logical files name, index and rec, and then I retrieve the data using get data method. I put the values, that is name and USN, inside my index file. Okay, and then I'm doing packing. After the packing is done, the every variables are put inside the buffer. Now that buffer is loaded into my file called record.txt using the logical variable. Okay, and then I'm closing both the index and record.txt, and after that I do sort index file. So here what happens means, now the index file is having every inserted element, but it is not in order. For sorting it, what I do, I just call sort index file, so that now the index file will be sorted by the method which I have already explained you. The next is display. So display also works the same way as your previous one. I am opening it, index and record. I am using an index file end of file method. I am reading the values name from the index file because I have loaded name and USN, and here I can see that I'm name USN is also been retrieved. Okay, and again RRN is also retrieved. Now I'm converting RRN, which is a character, into an integer variable, and now what I need to do means I need to calculate the position inside my data file. For that, what do I do? By using the position, I'm doing the calculation for which position does my data record belong to in my data file. I'm using this. So it is, if it's the first record, it is pos will be 1. So 1 minus 1 into size plus 1. So it becomes 0 into 41, so that becomes 0. So in the data file, the 0th location is the location for my first record. From there, 41 byte data is been loaded inside my buffer. So record.getLine, it loads 41 size data into my buffer. Is it understandable? The first record has been loaded. Now if it is not a fail, I'll do unpack. Okay, I'll retrieve all the values inside the variables, and then I do string comparison with the index variable and the retrieved variable. If it is matching, I'll do the printing, that is put data, it prints the data. Then I go for closing. Then the search is also the same way. Here I can do searching by using key. Here in the key I'll be using name or USN I can use. So here I'm opening the files, that is index and record, and the same way I am just retrieving the value from the index as before. Then I am loading the values into name, then USN, then RRN. Then I'm just doing the comparison between the key and the USN. So the key which has been inputted as a USN. So if it is matching, I'll continue. If it is not a matching, I'll break. Okay, it is continue in the sense it will go back to the starting of the loop. Okay, now if it is equal to, what happens, it will come out of the loop and you start searching from here. Okay, if it is equal to. So here I'll just find out the position, and from there I'll just load the value into my buffer. I'll do unpack. Then after doing unpack, I'll just compare the index value and the retrieved variables value equal. If it is equal, I'll just print it, and how many times it has been repeated, that will be counted. Okay, and then if it is not equal to 0, I just make a print that it is not found and just close it. So this is what happens in the search. The next is deletion. For deletion also I'm inputting a key, then I'm opening the two files, that is index and record, file, and here I can see a temporary file. As in the before program, we have also seen that whenever I'm doing a deletion, I'm doing an updation. So the updation is saved inside my temp, and then I go for renaming the temp as my record.txt. Okay, or so that is the same way which happens here. Okay, now temp is also opened in output mode and the other one in read mode. So I'm going to read the data whichever is matching with my key for deletion. So here I'm reading it into my buffer. I'll do unpack. I am just comparing the key. If it is equal, I'll just delete, I'll just replace the USN of that particular record as star and the name of that particular record as star, and then I'll increment the count. Okay, that is how many times it was repeated, that particular record or the key was repeated. For that much hour I have done the change. Okay, then I do pack, then I'll put the updated value inside the temp, and then I do come out of the loop. Then if it is equal to 0, there is printing not found. Then I'll print, okay, close. Then I'm renaming my file, so I'll remove the file, then I'll do renaming. Okay, then is display USN found. So the here is if I want to search by using the name. Okay, I'm using this method. So the name is the search here used here. I'll be opening the index file and I'll search in till it reaches end of file. So getLine method, I retrieve the data. Okay, I retrieve the name, then USN and RRN. I do the comparison here from the index file. I am just retrieving the name. Okay, I'm just making the comparison whether the key is matching with the name. If it is matching, I'm retrieving the USN. So I'm just printing the name and the USN. Then if it is matching, found has been assigned to 1 and I'm returning the found value. So this is how the searching with the name is being done. Next is a main method. In main method I have these methods for making the okay, this makes my file empty before I use it. So that is why we have the index file is being truncated. Okay, it makes the file empty. If I have used it before, that data have been erased. Trunc again, it empties your record file as well. I am entering the choices. Then this is for insert method, it calls insert method. Second is for display, it calls a display method. Third is for searching with name, so it calls the display USN found method as we have already seen it. So this is how it works. And then the fourth one is for deletion. Okay, we can do the deletion with the name, okay, or USN. So here that happens. And this is how it works. So this is how my secondary index work. I'm having a secondary index with the secondary key and the primary key. The primary index with the primary key and the reference key. Reference key is nothing but the location of the record in your record file or your data file. Okay, and this is my data file. Okay, so this is the logic which my program works with. And the output is like this. See, the input is 33, Albert 70, 99. Then this much are the records. So I'm giving a display, that is 2 displays it, and again I'm inserting one more record, that is 11, Manish 46, 93. Okay, I'm again displaying. I'm having 2 Manish here. Okay, then I'm going for deletion. In deletion, it will show 2 Manish. Now I need to choose which Manish I need to delete. So I have to select the USN. I'm selecting 11. Now 11 is going to be deleted. So again I go for a deletion. Okay. So in the search, this is how it works. And then next is deletion. In deletion, again, I'm retrieving Manish and I'm choosing 11 to be deleted. So now that is deleted. Now again, I go for a search. Now 11, Manish is not visible because it has already been deleted. So once I do the deletion operation, what happens? Inside your record file, Manish will be Manish USN and name will be marked as star. So that is why that record cannot be accessed by your search data. Okay, so this is how my program works. Thank you.